I just want to address a comment. I sense like what the vibe is in here. I only want to come up because I think I'm not sure how to pronounce your name.
Colleagues.
Khalees,
Yeah.
had made a statement about some black women who say that they would never date a black man, and I just wanted to give a different perspective on that. Um, when I was a younger woman, I too definitely made the same statement. But I think I mean, I don't feel that way now, of course, but I feel like if you hear that or you hear a black woman saying that, I think instead of automatically hop into a judgment, maybe it's for like finances or whatever negativity, I would just ask the woman why she's making that statement. Because for me personally, the reason I grew up not wanting to associate with black men is because no one ever made me feel ugly for being a black woman, but a black man. Black men always downed me for being dark skinned, always downed me for being a black. I'm talking about to my face. This isn't like, oh, I heard you having a conversation, nothing like that. It was always black men that found a way to make me feel ugly for being a black woman, talked about my black skin, talked about my black features. And that's why I grew up into a young lady not wanting to associate with black men for that reason. So I feel like when you hear a black woman say that, maybe ask, hey, like, why do you feel that way? Because for many black women, especially brown skin, dark skin black women, that's the reason why. Like, that was the reason why for me. I can't speak for
Yeah.
every other race. I can't speak for every other woman, but that's the reason why for me. So I just wanted to give a different perspective as to why you may hear some black women say that. That's all.
It's a
Like
trauma response.
Okay, Peggy, I hear what you're saying, and if a black woman makes that statement and she doesn't provide any like um she doesn't elaborate on why she feels that way, then I 100% agree with you, and you're right. And me personally, I would ask like, why is it that you say that? Why is it that you feel that way? But I'm sure you saw the video that woman made, and that woman, excuse me.
no, are you talking about the video in your background?
No, I'm talking about the video. Did you see the video of the woman saying that she's just tired of dating black men?
Nah.
Okay, let me play it for you, because in this video, she outlined exactly why she was tired of dating black men. So being that you're a black woman, I want to play it for you, and I want to hear your honest opinion on what she said. Okay,
Hmm.
let's listen. 1 second.
Fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together. And then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us. But then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect. Fully aware that.
So what's your just initial very fresh thoughts on that, Peggy?
Um, I feel like I mean I can't. I don't feel that way, so I can't relate. I can't really give a thought on that. I feel like when the only thing I could say is if I was a black man and I heard her say that and I knew I was not that black man she was describing, I wouldn't have any reason to feel any type of way, because she has to be talking about the people in her vicinity, the people who only she knows, like the people who she's been in contact with. That's her experience with the men she has dated. So if you're not that black man, I don't know, like I don't understand why that would bother you as much, because it's only the people that she has dated, the people that she has experienced. Yes, it is wrong. I agree for her to put that generalization on all black men, but she's only talking about all black men she's been in contact with. So that's why I don't, it
She's only
wouldn't
talking
bother
about
me.
all black men she's been in contact.
Like when black men talk about black women in a, like as in a general, I don't get offended because you don't know me and you're not talking about me. So if I'm not a part of that experience, you couldn't possibly be talking about me. So I wouldn't be wrong, you know, like I wouldn't feel wronged by that. So do I think she is bad of her to put it in as a generalization? Yes, but also she just talking about the men she's experienced, and if that's not your description, it shouldn't bother you as a black man. That's just how I feel, though. You know.
Right. And it doesn't bother me personally. And like anyone with a brain can like read between the lines and know that she is talking about, well, she's not, why see what you just said? Why are the other 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 black women that are in those comments? Why are none of those black women in those comments saying that stop trying to like generalize all black men to be this way, and just talk about the black man that hurt you. Talk about the black man that you opened your legs for. Talk about the black man that you had a black son by.
But my
Talk,
question is,
one
if
second, one second, one
okay,
second.
go ahead.
Talk about the black man or the black man that hurt your feelings. Talk about how you haven't been able to attract the caliber of black man that you want. Talk about why you haven't been able to attract a black man that wanted to commit to you and didn't fit any of those characteristics that you try to categorize all other black men to be. So don't get on the internet and try to say that these black men are just like this. Say the men that I've dated, and say, can anyone help me out? Can any of you black women help me? You black women that are in happy, healthy relationships, you black women that are with these men that committed to you and are the complete opposite of the black men that I'm describing. Can y'all help me figure out? Help me be able to better attract these men. Why is it not that? Why are none of the black women in the comments saying that or any of the things you just said?
Because they have their own experiences. So if my thing is, if you're seeing some woman in the comments that are relating to that video, that are relating to that woman, then obviously they have a shared experience. So I mean, would you want someone to say something different if their experience is the same? So the people whose experiences are different aren't going to be an echo chamber. You know what I mean? And if they're not saying anything, they probably don't care enough to say anything. It's just like when you have another black man get up here and agree with the same thing you're saying. Naturally, it's going to be an echo because they agree. So people can have the same experiences with the same type of person. That doesn't mean that they're saying all. That's just like, oh, girl, you're speaking on this and I have the same experience. That's all it is. It's not trying to bash black men. It just so happens that these women have the same experience. So I don't know. I see where you're
Peggy.
coming from, but anyone, I also feel like they just have the same experience, which I don't think that's crazy to say.
Oh,
Um,
right, but you trying to tell me that everything that she just said in that audio that she wasn't trying to bash black men, really?
No, I think she was trying to bash the black men that she has experienced, and that's fair. Like that's her experience. I'm not like I'm not going to invalidate anyone's experience. If every black man she has encountered and she has dated has been ain't shit, that's fair of her for me to say that. So I who are we to say no, you're wrong just because you don't fit the narrative? She hasn't experienced you, because had she had experienced you, then that wouldn't be her narrative. You see what I'm saying? So I
Okay,
don't understand
so
why
so,
that upsets you,
so
honestly.
Peggy, I'm not upset, but like you're why are you trying to? Okay, Peggy, did she say in that video that the black men that she's experienced, or did she say black men overall?
I definitely said in my first statement that I feel like she shouldn't have generalized, but I mean, it's to be assumed that she's not talking and that she's talking about the men she experienced, because if she hasn't experienced you, then her statement can't be true. So I wouldn't get offended by a generalization if I fit the description of that generalization.
So
Does that make sense?
yeah, so is it to be assumed because it's a black woman saying it? So if I made a video tomorrow and I said that all of these black women are this way and I'm tired of dating black women because they're loudmouth, they're ghetto, they don't want to go 50-50 and all these other things, would it be a bunch of black women saying that he's just talking about the black woman that he's dated, or would it be a bunch of black women saying that this guy is trying to generalize all of us and he's hurt, and instead of just trying to worry about attracting better black women, he's trying to project onto all of us? What would they do if I made a video like that as a black man?
I, it happens all the time, and I can only speak for me and how I go through life as a black woman. I know the type of woman that I am. I am secure in who I am. I'm secure in the woman I have grown to be. So none of that fits me. None of that describes me. So I honestly wouldn't care if I saw a black man saying whatever out of his mouth, because that does not fit my description. A hit dog gonna holler. If that's not me, if I ain't loud, if I ain't ratchet, if I ain't ghetto, if I can't go 50-50, whatever, why would I be mad about something that's not addressed towards me? Now, will I feel for the black women that he's talking about? Absolutely. But that has nothing to do, that's not me. He's not talking to me. He's talking about his experience. So I'm not going to get up here and be like, "Oh God, woe is me," when he couldn't be talking about me. You know what I mean? Like, only hit dogs holler. So I don't understand why I would be upset, but I can only speak for me. I don't understand why I would be upset.
Right. I understand what you're saying, and I 100% agree with you. But I'm not asking about you, Peggy. Obvious. Okay, so is it fair to say that all the, the 95 or the 98% of women that are in those comments, like, they're all projecting and they're all hurt? Would it be fair to say that? Would it be fair to say that the woman that made the video is hurt?
She sounds like she's tired. So it would be fair to say she's exhausted. It would be fair to say that if you're experiencing something negative over and over and over again, hoping for a different outcome, and then the different outcome hasn't came, you would be tired. So it would be fair to assume that from her experience, hell yeah, she's hurt, and hell yeah, she's exhausted. So yeah, that's not crazy to think that she would be.
Okay, so Peggy, is making a video like that, and to all the women in those comments, is that going to help her better be able to attract this black man that she deems to be high quality, high caliber? Is making a video like that, is that going to be more beneficial or more detrimental to her, attracting that type of black man in her life?
Um, so for her, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that's gonna do for her, because I'm not that woman. You're asking me to think like her, and I don't have the same
I'm not
mindset
asking you
as
to
her.
think like her, Peggy. Like
So I don't
like
know.
like so you so if I see, this is why it's hard to have these conversations. So if I fix my lips tomorrow and put on my camera and made a video like that, even the black woman that it doesn't apply to, is it going to make majority of black women want to deal with me seeing me talk about black women in that light? Is it going to make majority of black women want to deal with me? Yes,
If
yes.
you was to talk,
Just answer yes or no.
wait. Okay, so now I understand your question. Is it gonna make black men want to deal with her after seeing her talk about black men like that? Is
Yes,
that
that's
what
what I'm
that's what?
asking you.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand your question. I'm sorry. Probably not.
Okay.
For the black men that care, probably not. For the ones who don't care, they won't care. So that's just how that's gonna go. Some people care, some people don't.
So even like that video that she made, it doesn't apply to me. If I was to make a video tomorrow saying the same things, but it doesn't apply to you, Peggy, being that it doesn't apply to you and you don't care, you would still entertain being with a black man that talks about black women like that sees black women in that light.
I think I've already kind of answered this. I wouldn't be the one to assume that they're talking about me if I don't fit what they're talking about. If you got on here saying, if you got on here saying women with kids, or you went off on about women with kids and da 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 da, and I don't have kids, and that's your experience, you not talking about me. So
Okay, Peggy, I acknowledge. Listen to what I'm asking you. I acknowledge in my question that what I'm saying or what I would say hypothetically in that video does not apply to you. But as a black woman, even if it doesn't apply to you, if you saw a black man that used his platform to speak negatively on black women and paint black women in a bad light, even if any of the things he said didn't apply to you, even if you weren't loudmouth, if you weren't ghetto, if you didn't have three kids by three different men, would you still entertain being in a relationship with a man that sees and talks about black women in that light? That is what I'm asking you.
no.
Okay.
Why two things can't be I don't know why that makes two things can't be true at once. Just because I know it doesn't apply to me and I wouldn't be offended by that doesn't mean that have to be attracted to you just because it doesn't apply to me. So I don't know why two things can't be true at once with that.
I didn't say anything about you having to be attracted to that man.
Just saying, like, I don't, but me saying no I wouldn't doesn't mean that two things can't be true.
What are the two truths that I'm not acknowledging, or you think, or you feel that I'm not acknowledging?
I'm saying, like, if I saw you going on talking about black women like that,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't talk to you, even though I knew it wouldn't apply to me, and even though I wouldn't really necessarily think that you were attacking me, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense.
Right. I understand. That's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Why
I
are we
just think
lying on
it's
God's internet? Hell no, I wouldn't talk to a man talking about
I
black women
wouldn't
like
talk
this.
to him at all, but I knew he wouldn't be talking about me. Like,
But I
it
also
wouldn't
don't
affect
respect
me the same.
her for talking about black men this way. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous that we are pulling teeth like this when the truth is clear. Like, if you talk about black men this way, you are subscribing to stereotypes and you are pushing narratives that are harmful to our community. Period, point blank.
But why do I don't understand? This was my question initially. Like, why, if I know I'm not I have not been a part of her experience. Why would I be mad? Why would I take it as she's talking about me if that does not fit my descriptor? So that's where I'm confused. If I
Because
saw a
when you
man
talk
talking
about black
dogging
Hold on,
men
black
hold
like
on.
women
Let her
or
finish,
dogging the
Bell.
black
Bell, let
women
her
that
finish.
he has experienced, why would I be mad that he's talking about the black women he's experienced? That don't have nothing to do with me. Now, and I said earlier, would I be mad that he's generalizing? Absolutely. But I know that doesn't fit me. I'm not going to get on here and project and be angry at him like he's talking to me, because he couldn't possibly be talking about me if he's never experienced me. So why do people just act like they're not talking about the people of their experience? That's what I'm confused about.
So
because it
so
doesn't
no,
just
I
stay there.
wait. Let me ask her a question. So whenever someone decides to talk about something, so even people on the news, people that literally their whole job is to talk about stuff that they're not involved in. So just because someone decides to talk about something, that means that they're projecting, and that means that it actually pertains to them, and that means that they're hurt and in their feelings about it. Is that what you're trying to indicate or insinuate?
I mean, no, I said exactly what I meant talking about this subject. So I'm not trying to indicate nothing. We were talking about this, and I answered and asked questions about this. So no, that is not what I'm trying to indicate at all, because had I wanted to say that, I would have said that.
Okay, so I agree with you, but I don't know. I don't know if you're trying. I don't know if you're trying to say that I'm having this conversation, or I'm talking about Ebony K. Williams, or even the audio that I just played, because I feel it applies to me. That's why I'm asking you, if someone has a conversation of what, like, can people not just have a conversation about something?
I mean, obviously, we're having a conversation. I came up to talk about a different perspective as to why a black woman would say that, and that's why I came up. I don't know why. I haven't said you've tried to say anything. I haven't implied you've tried to say anything out of your mouth. So I'm confused as to what you're really asking me.
Okay.